we are going to be playing some Landing Legends today.
He couldn't find his grasp. He kept changing up duos. He only made one Div Cup finals before FNCS started, but they did get a decent placement at the finals. Now with Khan, he's looking primed up.
And the play-ins, they were absolutely incredible. So keep your eyes on these guys tonight. But who else should we be keeping our eyes on, Midi Miner? Any dark horses we haven't discussed so far?
Well, I want to talk about Vadil and Ju. These guys, I think, can really show up. Maybe not a dark horse, maybe they are. I'm not too sure. Minori and Dark Horse as well, a team that, of course, played at the Summit, of course, played in the Major One finals as well and performed well there. So excited to see a couple of our names we haven't got the time to mention.
Themselves in
I like
the
this game.
risk pays off. Let's head over though to Levin and Taco to get our first game underway.
Pretty bold take there, Takada pre-firing that Size and Scary Game 3 win, but maybe he has a little bit of Spanish insight, a little bit of Spanish intuition, some might say, Levin, but still very excited to get into the action here. Before Game 3, obviously we got to make it through Games 1 and 2, and I feel like just about anybody can bring home that victory royale.
No, absolutely. I think it's always great to sort of
Wait, how is
pick,
people
you know,
playing?
who you and make it from. Of course, if you Ben, keep picking.
Wait, can you go back to watch mode?
And credit to them because they have
You probably got yourself there.
teams in this lobby who has potential to come through and show us what they can do. So plenty of talent in this lobby, and I think you know, as with any EU heat, you're probably going to see a couple of upsets by the end of today.
Oh, without a doubt, because it's always so much easier said than done, right? Everybody's looking at that top 10 placements, but right now we're going to find out who exactly is bringing home game number 1.
Heat 1, Game 1. Alright, so let's see.
And only handful of moments before we get to really kick things off. The action, though, bound to break out
high jump is
among some of our
moving.
players across
Oh,
the
I'm
map.
not-
A handful of off spawns that we are anticipating. One of the big ones here, Cammy and Hari. Definitely trying to scope out the area, already trying to get some extra pressure applied. Unfortunately, not going to net anything just yet, but Cammy still has the leverage, still
So
has the
behind him.
mountaintop claim.
Yeah, we see them in this position a lot of the times early on in games, looking for this extra bit of damage where they can. It'll be interesting to see across the next.
So how do you got guns? Oh, I have no. Oh. Dang, I died.
Heal.
Of course, it wouldn't be an FNCS heat if we didn't acknowledge the fact that, hey, when you win a game and you leave the lobby, that opens up the room for someone to take your drop spot. And so some of these Osborne battles might be relevant early
I
on
like this
and sort
gun.
of fizzle out over the
This
course
is
of the day.
I was shotgun. I was shotgun.
Oftentimes that means they almost matter a bit more, right? You want to sort of get the upper hand on whoever it is you're fighting, scare them off for some of the latter games. In this case, though, Peak's deciding, you know, we're not gonna overindulge in this one. We're gonna
Okay, started. Oh,
reset
here's
and go about
a
set.
Galaxy Grand Max. Cool. I could win against the Rice.
I feel like that's something Taco, you could probably say about a lot of EU right now, right?
I could win.
How
Yo,
many
this is
names
cool.
are we familiar
Wait,
with
just
over
having
the
a
course of the years in EU who just haven't quite been performing at the level we knew them to once perform at, paired with all the newer talents who've been on the grind, been playing every single scrim session available.
Yo, this is the best loadout. Oh, this is the best
Right,
loadout. This is the best
Almost
loadout.
feels like every single
Yeah, okay, we got
EU
20
tournament
This
that
is the
takes
best
place, there's
Box side,
always
we good,
those
bad,
names
bad.
that start to surface
We
and
got
break
Zion,
through and
good,
really
bad.
showcase that, you know, there is that new era of
Ooh,
Fortnite
ooh, this
competitor
loadout is
coming into
good.
the mix, but then you have those long-established
No.
veterans like Pablo, like Chino, and this is just business as expected over at Sinister Script.
It's
Yeah,
Uzi!
look, spoiler
Ah,
alert, this is
we
probably the most boring you're gonna see Sinister.
It's raining hard down at my house. I'm nobody doing. What the heck? Wait,
Sinister
talking about what?
Summit.
Oh,
But again, just know they have it within them to put on a show. These two, I think, have been put on a bit more of a show in recent weeks, haven't they? Thomas and Focus. Another team I think we'd all expect to make it out of this one.
Yeah, and it's no surprise either that they just kind of stuck to the game plan through and through. Really excited to see how
Ooh,
that
and
new
my
game
camp
starts
is
to pan
still
out for
going
them,
on. I
though,
didn't want to
because
go to camp,
they'll
but
probably
I
have
did not.
a
I did
decent
not go to
ways to
camp.
trek if these zone pools are anything like they have been in
Okay.
recent seasons for these guys, but still bound to show off a great performance here. Definitely some trouble brewing.
Wait, how
though.
did it
Other
shoot?
teams, solos hiding out in bushes, trying to make sure that they can obscure the vision for as long as possible. But anytime you have to go back and retreat into the storm, play for the
Okay, but
reboot,
their teammates,
you're
their
only
teammates, he
delaying
died.
your
No,
ability to
I put that.
rotate.
I put that. I put that.
This right here is a fight
That'll be his first
that
place
very
again.
much intrigues me, Taco. I wasn't too
He's
sure
not
that
in mission.
Carney and Juice were going to be landing today. I don't believe they had marked anywhere on the drop map. Mysterious gimmick, we know
Okay.
people like to do it.
Yeah, I'm
Up
sticking with my
against
team, man. He's
Trex
the
and
best.
Kadaj here.
Yeah,
Looks
she
like they
or
already
she
got
or
one
he.
onto Kadaj, and it's just Trexa left alone, so not a bad start
How's
to
he
the game for
healing?
them, but
How
they
he
will have
just
to be
healing? And then, what for he's healing? I ain't gonna do. I keep speaking. Wait, oh wait, you're Venom there, you're Venom there. Hey, come in. Oh, heal. Alright, yo, the person that I just shot, he's broke. Like, I hit him for 102. Oh, shit, I'm in party chat.
Making sure that they can still maintain that level of play that they showcased throughout the opens process, and it starts with Khan trying to find.
Yo, bro, you got a microphone?
Yes, I have a mic.
Heal, but they still have so much of an AP advantage.
What-
There's
what
always
is-
the threat
what
of a
is
third party
going on?
looming in the horizon.
I said,
That's
yes,
the
I
main
have a
sequence of
mic.
events that Khan and Reason are trying to avoid. They just want to collapse, find these quick eliminations. Reason's going to help
Dang,
secure
I wouldn't
the
have that
first
loadout.
one.
That loadout kind of sucks.
Alongside Khan,
Well,
and
he's
now
good,
it's
yeah,
just
he's
about
good.
the isolation, both of them attacking from separate angles, make it all too easy to try and finalize on this final sequence of events here. Zex's just trying to buy as much time as he can. Everybody trying to avoid what feels like the inevitable, but sometimes that early departure from the lobby, it's just part of the learning process.
Yeah, and Exotic will stall this one out, but ultimately I think what we've seen from Reason and Khan here is them in the exact type of scenarios we like to see them. Very aggressive, looking to take fights with people. Oh, wait. Let's take a step back. Exotic ain't
Yeah,
going
one day
nowhere.
I'm gonna be good at
Exotic
I'm gonna
ain't
be good
done.
at those people.
We're writing him off
I
too
hope.
soon. He's got the chugs again to stall it out if needed. And he has forced a 1v1 here, and so Khan I was just
Alright, we
picking
got
up
in
how
5th
aggressive
place.
he's
It's
been
good.
now.
Yeah,
on the back foot. And he responded well
Anonymous or
enough.
somebody, they did good.
Yeah. Shields are cracked. Exotic might just pull off the 1v2 here, Taco.
It's just such a rough spot to
I
be
wa- I
in. Just
wanna
from how
change
quickly
my foot.
Reason and Khan were able to capitalize on finding that initial elimination off the tail end, and now just completely 180ing the
But that is
situation.
pretty
Exotic
good.
still looking to push forward, only has a handful.
Alright, yo, we're pretty good at this game. So lucky. No, you're not getting that. You're not getting that. Not getting the bit. What the freak?
Once you get
Oh,
into the second
he
lobby
was
scenario,
behind us. Wait,
prime
let me go to
example
game
of
chat,
the
see what's
confidence,
going
though,
on.
for Khan and Reason to initially try and pick that fight, make sure they could establish their surge a little early on. Just sometimes it goes south, and well, we'll just have to go back to the drawing board and see what you can pull out next in game 2. We do have 5 lobbies to work through here today, and you have to remember, even if the first handful of games
Hello.
don't
How do you even
necessarily go
build that?
your way, you always have that bailout boss potentially taking on the Victory Royale to secure your spot for the Major 2 finals. You've also
got
got
third.
the opportunities, though, you
Sweet.
can play a little bit more of that consistency metric of just making it into that top 10 for
Let me see,
placements.
like,
And
if you
that
guys
might
can
actually
end
be
me.
the focal point for many of our teams that don't necessarily have the expectations that they're going to be able to just net the win outright.
Let's see. Don't almost yet. This is our best one right now. What people over there? Sorry. Oh yeah, we gotta move. Yeah, I at least got 30 points. Yeah, at least got 30 points.
Play with that confidence, play with that aggression. We've seen it work for them in Grand's lobby, so why can't it work in this one? I think will be the main thing in their minds.
It's always good to get that experimental phase and actually see whether or not a strategy that maybe has some of those risk factors a little bit more involved, but Scary and
That's not
Size,
funny.
they are definitely not ones to back down from a fight. And even with Sharkantini and them encroaching on what they know to be a Belgium certified duo territory, I mean, they're in the same exact boat. They don't really have anything to fear. Obviously, they still want to make sure that they're in contention for the Major 2 finals performance,
Yeah,
but
that's a good
bound to see them maybe get a little bit more
Yeah.
frag blocks developed.
Right? Want to see them pick things up, entertain us a little bit here in E1. Cantry, he's lost a week. Again, as far as the way this game has gone, they've not had to do much as far as move around this game, right? Sort of still in that early position where they
Alright, what's today? Okay, let's get these. Alright, let's get these people over here because they want to get us. Alright, never mind. Let's not. He doesn't. Alright, yeah, good job. That we got the most points right. He killed me. He killed me. Yeah, he was killed. Dang it. Well, at least we got fourth place. We killed a lot of people.
Didn't have much to do there. Now you see them make their move into the safe zone.
And even when you'd expect it to have done some favors for Country, he's still having to worry about the rest of the lobby, just pinpointing his exact location. He's been lurking around trying to see where he can pepper some damage, and he's actually credited for that initial knock on the PP. It's been difficult to tell with just how chaotic some of those things started to get involved with all the players just...
Nick lost his friends. Dang it. Yeah, we might die. Why can we not get out? Yo, I might. Yo. I wonder why this round goes back. Isn't it supposed to go back?
Challenging every single player that's just been a little bit too late to the party. They have an excellent position to kind of just hold.
We're gonna end the video here. See you guys in the next video.